Kajol ma'am. Ma'am down here, down here. Kajol ji इकडे समोर. मॅडम इकडे लेफ्ट साइड.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming here today. Very, very happy to have you here. As you know, please. As you're aware, we are here on behalf of Hinduja Healthcare Surgical Car, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all over here. Now, this is on, as Women's Day is round the corner, and Hinduja Healthcare Surgical has a truly wonderful, futuristic women's wellness clinic, which has been working now for the last 6 odd months and has done excellent work. So they decided to take the opportunity of the forthcoming Women's Day, International Women's Day, to do something which is truly a great testimony to their commitment for women's wellness, women's health, women's well-being. And what they're doing now is, after this interaction, will be the women's wellness through the ages. There's a whole, virtually, more than half a day of interaction with some of the most amazing medical experts that you see here, okay? And I am now, and you can see Dr. Kiran Koilo, Dr. Chaitanyanand Kopikar, Dr. Hemant Tongaonkar, and Dr. Anupam Dudani. Of course, Dr. Vishal Bedi, the CEO of Hinduja Healthcare Surgical, is here. And two truly wonderful ladies who need absolutely no introduction, but being a bit of an MC, I have to do them the courtesy and the honor. We have actress superstar Kajol, and one of the most amazing celebrities on television and film, Mandira Bedi. So it gives me great pleasure to hand the mic over to Dr. Vishal Bedi, CEO Hinduja Healthcare Surgical. And we are here to tell you about why we are doing this wonderful thing, okay, this entire event, and for which more than 500 women of Mumbai have registered already, and all of them are there, waiting for them for half a day of interaction, of knowledge. It's an initiative which is going to help them become more and more aware of their wellness, because women are the most important part of any family. But what happens is, when it comes to their own family, they are like, Chandi. But when it comes to looking after their own health, they can neglect it. So many things to do, which obviously men cannot. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Dr. Vishal Bedi, and he will welcome all these wonderful people and then take it away.
Thank you. So just a bit about us. So the concept of this Women's Wellness Clinic, like he said, is something we started about six months ago. So I'll just come this way. So this is something which we started about 6 months ago. And the idea has come out of the insights which we've got from lots of patients. What typically happens is you only look for a doctor when you actually have a problem. And then you'll end up taking an appointment with a specific doctor for a very specific complaint. So the concept of this clinic is a little different. What it offers is multiple consultants under a single roof. And that's the basic concept. And it also offers cross-consultation. So what happens today is many diseases are beyond the domain of a single specialty. What it requires is several doctors to come together and provide inputs. So that is exactly what we endeavor to do at this clinic. And we are really thankful to both Kajol and Mandira for joining us in this endeavor. And we've got a whole group of really knowledgeable speakers who I'd like to introduce. So we've got Dr. Sandeep Bipte, who's sitting there in the left. Then Dr. Chaitanyanan Kopikar. He's a breast oncoplasty surgeon working exclusively in the field of breast surgery. Then we've got Dr. Kiran Koilo, who a lot of people from here would obviously know. So she's an obstetrician and gynecologist. And while we were standing out, I heard at least 10 people saying they've had all sorts of surgeries done from her. So that itself tells you how well known she is. And then, of course, we've got Dr. Hemant Tongaonkar, who's a urogynec oncosurgeon. So he works in the field of oncosurgery. And that's our panel for today. And we'll be happy to sort of take any questions that you may have.
I would like to request Kajol ma'am, if you would just say a few words about, the entire need for women's wellness to be taken care of, and just your views on it as one of the most beloved women in the country for fans across. So ma'am, please say a few words.
I don't know what I can say besides the fact that we're here for, as he put it, the wellness clinic. We're here for women's wellness. I'm specifically here basically because I believe that we can prevent breast cancer and we can eradicate it completely. And the best way to do that is to get your checkups done, is to prevent it before it goes, you have to actually do something about it. So it's like catching the cold when you get your first sneeze, and not as little as that maybe, but yes, something along that line. And I honestly believe that that we have a chance to bring those statistics down and make them null and void, actually, if we just take ourselves seriously. And if we give ourselves the same guilt-free care that we give the rest of our family. Thank you.
I'd like to request Mandira to say a few words, please. Mandira.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to be saying much more than a few words when we move to the big ballroom, because I'll be hosting the event. But I'm very happy to be here for the Women's Wellness Clinic. We as mothers, I'm sure Kajol would agree, and Dr. Koilo is Dr. Koilo. She's superwoman. But we tend to take care of our children before we put ourselves. And I think a clinic like this is about women. We've got to learn to, you know how they say when you're in an aircraft, first you have to wear the mask yourself and then take care of others. So we've got to do that as parents because we are responsible for our families. And so the Women's Wellness Clinic is a first step in the right direction, and I'm very, very happy to be here. I've also experienced Hinduja Khar, and I say it's one of the nicest hospitals I've ever visited. So very happy to be here for Dr. Koilo, for Hinduja Healthcare, and hope to be a part of events like this in future as well. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to now request Dr. Kiran Koilo. She's God to many, many, many people. And please, ma'am, say a few words.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And do one more request, ma'am, that the media here is going to take all the messaging from here. Okay? They might not be able to attend the whole thing there because there are so many ladies who've registered and it's so chock-a-block that we would like you to. So if you want to say a few words later after this, Mandira, please do. Okay? Ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the Women's Wellness Clinic at the Hinduja Healthcare is tailor-made for a holistic care for women. You know, I always feel women multitask all the time. They are mothers and wives and children and looking after everyone else, but have little time to look after themselves. And at every stage in a woman's life, she does require care. You know, in the 30 years of my practice, women would come to me for their deliveries, and then I wouldn't see them again until menopause or until they had a problem, and by that time it was too late. And that is why the concept of having an annual health checkup, I always tell my women, on your birthday, please give yourself a birthday gift and have an annual checkup. Because once you have that annual checkup and you know that everything is all right with your body, then you can go ahead and be caregivers to the rest of your family. Thank you.
So, Dr. Saab, would you like to say a few words?
Good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, I must thank Kajol, who comes for all our programs. In Pune also, at the Prashanti Cancer Care Mission, and she's been an ambassador for the breast awareness and the cancer awareness program, as well as the breast oncoplastic program. And I think the message that we want to give through the whole conference is that women, don't be frightened. Most women are frightened to come up for early diagnosis because they think cancer means death. They also think cancer means mutilation. And I think the whole seminar is going to talk about losing is not an option. That is, either losing your breast or your life, as far as the breast cancer is concerned, to cancer is not an option. So women are very afraid of the fact that if I'm diagnosed with a small lump, I'm going to be mutilated. I'm going to have a mastectomy done. And that is what actually happens in the rest of India. 80% of women are mastectomized, whereas it is absolutely not necessary. And I think that is the message that we are going to give today. Thank you so much.
Okay. What's up? Would anybody else like to say something? What's up? Would you?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's a real pleasure for me to work for this women's wellness clinic. You know, I spent 30 years of my life in Tata Hospital looking after gynecological cancers. And every time I saw a lady coming with advanced disease, I thought a life lost unnecessarily. You know, the futility of the whole thing was so much that I decided that if at all I want to do something in life, it has to be a dedicated set necessarily. The whole thing was so much that the futility of I decided that if at all I want to do something in life, it has to be a dedicated set necessarily. The whole thing was so much that the futility of to do something in life, it has to be. I decided that if at all I want a dedicated set necessarily. The whole thing was so much that to do something in life, it has to be a dedicated set necessarily. I decided that if at all I want, the whole thing was so much that
सवाल मेरा मंदिरा और काजोल दोनों से है कि किस चीज़ ने आपको इस इनिशिएटिव के साथ जोड़ा, कि मतलब आपको इस इनिशिएटिव के साथ जुड़ना चाहिए?
We as women have to be very responsible for ourselves, and a clinic like this, which encourages you to have annual checkups, prevention is better than cure. So if you have annual checkups, even if there is something and you catch it at an early stage, cure is much more likely. So it's a great initiative to be a part of. I don't think that there's even a question there. So very happy to be here, and I think women need to take their lives and their health much more seriously, and therefore clinics like this are so important.
I've been with Prashanti actually for a very, very long time. I think मैं बहुत छोटी थी. मुझे लगता है कि मैं 18 साल की थी जब मैंने प्रशांति के पहले फंक्शन को अटेंड किया था. उस वक्त गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया में हुआ था, आई रिमेंबर. और तो मैं, मेरी माँ, वी हैव बीन पार्ट ऑफ प्रशांति फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, एंड आई ऑनेस्टली बिलीव दिस. और मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि जब से मैं माँ बनी हूँ तो मुझे भी लगता है कि आई कैनॉट गेट सिक. इट्स अ फोबिया इन माई हेड that I can't fall sick. अगर मुझे सर दर्द भी हो जाता है, no, I cannot even afford a headache. मुझे सर दर्द के लिए वक्त नहीं है, मुझे ज़ुकाम के लिए वक्त नहीं है, मुझे ये सब चीज़ों के लिए वक्त नहीं है मेरे पास. और मुझे इतना फोबिया हो गया अभी कि the first thing I do is एक गोली ले ही लो. I may not want to go to the doctor, I may not want to go and get a checkup, I may not want to go and get my flu shot or get my vaccination done, but I will, I don't have time for all that. उन सब चीज़ों के लिए मेरे पास वक्त नहीं है. तो ये मेरा एटीट्यूड है. तो मुझे पता है कि बाकी के औरतों का क्या हाल हो रहा होगा. And but I honestly also believe that जो हम अपने बच्चों के लिए करते हैं उसमें इतना we don't have any guilt when we do this. We believe that it is right. हमको लगता है कि ये सही है, इसलिए हम करते जाते हैं दूसरों के लिए. लेकिन हम यहाँ पे, मैं यहाँ पे इसीलिए हूँ क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि हम भी ज़रूरी हैं, और अगर हमें अपने आप को वक्त देना चाहिए तो हमें अपने आप को भी वो सेम हक के साथ वक्त देना चाहिए. तो we have to give ourselves that guilt-free time to do what we have to and do what is necessary as well.
काजोल जी, मैं रितेश ETV से इधर आपसे सवाल है कि हमेशा इस तरह की बातें होती हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता है वुमेन में लैकनेस ऑफ एजुकेशन भी मायने रखता है, कि अगर एजुकेटेड लोग हों तो उससे ज़्यादा इस तरह की अवेयरनेस फैलेगी. तो जो एजुकेशन की कमी, उस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
एजुकेशन की कमी हम लोग यहीं पे है, इसी वजह से हैं, क्योंकि हम एडुकेट करना चाहते हैं आपको, इसी वजह से हम खड़े हैं यहाँ पे. लेकिन आई थिंक आई डू थिंक दैट एजुकेशन प्लेज अ पार्ट इन इट, but I don't think education is is a paramount to it, or I don't think it's a standing rule. I don't think it is a statistic. Today when you see all the women around you, I know women who are my mother, yeah, very educated, from every class society, who don't understand the necessity of doing a regular checkup, who don't understand the importance of doing a regular checkup. जब तक बीमार नहीं पड़ना हो और जब तक हॉस्पिटल नहीं जाते तब तक अपना चेकअप नहीं कराते. और सबके दिमाग में ये एक फोबिया भर के रखा है कि नहीं, अगर हम डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगे तो कुछ डॉक्टर हमको कुछ बुरा ही बोलने वाला है. तो वो तो मतलब कुछ अच्छा बोल ही नहीं सकता है, वो तो इंजेक्शन देने ही वाला है, वो तो हमको ब्लड रिपोर्ट खराब दिखाने ही वाला है. So it's this phobia that we have in our heads. Everybody does. And I do not think that education is a part of it at all. At all. I don't think so at all. So we're done? Yeah. Thank you.
ये सवाल आखिरी था. बजट आ गया है, हम सभी जानते हैं. हेल्थ को लेके भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें कही गई हैं. प्लीज़ आप दोनों.
बजट मैंने अभी तक देखा नहीं है, तो आई कांट मेक अ स्टेटमेंट ऑन दैट राइट नाउ. थैंक यू.
तुझे पता है ना
मेडिकल क्या हुआ?
अरे इंश्योरेंस
मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है बजट आ रहा है.
उसने बोला मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस दिया है हर परिवार को, और सस्ती दवाओं की दुकानें खोली गई हैं.
तेरे को पहले ये सेंटेंस बोल देना चाहिए.
अरे पर ऐसे थोड़ी, तो मैंने उनको लिख के दिया.
वो तो मैं जिंदगी में कभी पूछी.
पीछे आ जाओ ना थोड़ा यार, सब आगे चले. मंदिरा जी सामने. काजल मैम लोग क्या? मैम बोथ ऑफ यू. मैम समोर इकडे. काजल जी समोर इकडे. काजल जी लोग क्या? काजल जी काजल जी अरे पीछे आ जाओ ना यार. पीछे आ जाओ. अरे क्या ओके. काजल जी आपका एक फोटो. अरे पीछे आ जाओ ना यार. आना पीछे आ जाओ ना. मैम लोग क्या राइट.
Mandira, good afternoon to all the ladies out here. The Hinduja Group is one of India's largest diversified and transnational conglomerate, employing nearly 100,000 employees with presence across 38 countries. It has a multi-million-dollar revenue. It also supports charitable and philanthropic activities across the world through the Hinduja Foundations in US, Europe and India. The Hinduja Group has significant business interests across 10 sectors in automotive, banking and financial services, oil and gas, infrastructure consisting of power, project and real estate, media, IT and healthcare. Healthcare is one sector that remains very close to the heart of the Hinduja family. We are here to launch today. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the
Hinduja Healthcare Surgical is proud to launch the Women's Wellness and Cancer Clinic, which aims to offer a comprehensive platform for addressing women's health needs. This clinic has a holistic approach for every problem in a woman's life, from adolescence to menopause and beyond. It includes specialized clinics for menopause, polycystic ovarian syndrome, breast diseases, endocrine disorders, obesity, etc., all under one roof. The clinic will provide comprehensive diagnostic facilities for early diagnosis of gynecological cancers, facilities of advanced digital colposcopy with interpretations by expert gynecologists and cancer surgeons. The breast clinic is a state-of-the-art facility supported by expert breast radiologists and breast surgeons and provides treatment options like oncoplasty, not available in the city today. Its one motto, losing life or the breast to cancer is not an option. The oncoplastic unit has already conducted several first-time surgeries in Mumbai and in India, including bilateral prophylactic mastectomies with immediate reconstruction. Now let me tell you a little bit about the Mukul Madhav Foundation, ladies and gentlemen. This is a charitable trust working for the last 17 years to provide services to the underprivileged in our society. This trust, set up by the chairman of Finlex Industries, Mr. Prakash Chabria, and his wife, Mrs. Ritu Chabria, envisions providing quality education and accessible healthcare facilities to rural India. In the health sector, they are associated with several well-known hospitals in Pune, including KEM, Ruby Hall Clinic, H.V. Desai Eye Hospital, and Bharati Vidyapeeth, to name just a few. In association with Finlex Industries, the Mukul Madhav Foundation set up an English medium school in an interior village of Ratnagiri called Mukul Madhav Vidyalaya in 2010. It today provides quality education to 492 students of the region. Mukul Madhav Foundation lays a lot of emphasis on health and hygiene and hence conducts biannual medical health camps in Zilla Parishad schools of Ratnagiri and Satara. Their latest project has been the donation of 300 cerebral palsy wheelchairs and commodes to children affected with cerebral palsy in the Satara district. Mukul Madhav Foundation is also actively involved in donations in kind of monthly groceries to 12 institutions in Pune and other requirements as and when they receive them. To sum it up, Mukul Madhav Foundation is a ray of hope and happiness that is spreading silently and making a difference in the lives of people not as privileged as us. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the Mukul Madhav Foundation. And now a little bit about Prashanti Cancer Care Mission. This was founded in 1995 by Dr. Kopikar and a group of social workers from the Satya Sai Baba Seva Committee. The trust is now run by Ms. Lale Busheri, the CEO of the mission, and has several prominent trustees, including Ms. Tanuja Mukherjee, Dr. Mashirkar, and the late Pandit Jamjit Singh, and many others. Its aim is to provide cancer care of affordable excellence to all that approach it. Through its many programs, it reaches out to lakhs of women every year. It has set up a breast care facility, Orchids Breast Health, in Pune, second to none in the country and of international standards and acclaim. Its initiatives include several breast symposia, such as the Pune A Marathon, where about 15,000 people participate, free and concessional treatment of excellence to all, an oncoplastic and prevention program that is pioneered in the country, of which Kajol, of course, is the ambassador, and an international breast oncoplastic workshop to train breast and plastic surgeons throughout the country. The program's aim is to bring down the mortality rate of breast cancer through detecting breast cancer early and offer patients non-mutilating and cosmetic surgery to improve the quality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Prashanti Cancer Care Mission and all the wonderful work
that it is doing. And now let's get this afternoon started on an auspicious and blessed note. It's time now for the Ganesh Vandana performed by Piyush and his troupe. Energetic and bright note. Big thank you to Piyush and his troupe.